and it's a portrait of Marilyn Monroe. I might not be done with it. I might still have some other things to do. But what I really want to do is I want to paint this. So here's a drawing that I did at work today. And I'd like to paint it and see where it goes. So, this cat. Pookie, come here. You want me to annoy you? I'm going to hug you and annoy you and bother you? Because you can't be around my painters that much, huh? Okay. Want some attention? You have enough attention? Yeah? Alright. That's how I get rid of my cats. When I want them to stop bothering me, I give them more attention than they can handle. And then they'll get the point. Hopefully. So, did everybody know that Marilyn Monroe is a redhead? She was originally a redhead. And let's get it. Let's get after it, people. So we're going to start this painting. Start it off right. Start it off good. Start it off proper. 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 And it's great timing because I have these great 20 by 30 canvases right now. These 20 by 30 canvases make it a perfect size to duplicate a painting that's rectangular like this. Let's see, how do I open this? How do I open a canvas, unwrap a canvas? This is my wonderful, wonderful portrait of Marilyn Monroe. Marilyn Monroe. And here we go. So I'm gonna take this baby. Yo, what's up, Omi? Omi's got a brand new master copy, a master study on Pablo Picasso's something about fisherwomen, fisher people. I don't remember the exact title, but it's so cool. Everyone should go look at it. But I don't think you did that live stream, did you? Maybe you did some. I remember you doing some of it live stream, but I don't know if you did it all. Did it all for the YouTube, all for the gram. That should be a song if it's not already. All for the gram. All for the gram. Did it 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 all for the did it all for the gram. Eat that eat eat. Did it all for the gram. All for the gram. Did it all for the gram. Someone's gonna turn that into a song, I know it. If it's not already. It's just asking to be turned into a song. Did it all for the gram. But not just like as a lyric in a song, but as a full-on song titled, Did It All for the Gram. I'm just going to repeat that over and over. Alright, so somebody says hi. I can't see the name right now. It's a little far away. I'll get closer in a second, but I want to raise my canvas today. So, here we go. Today, we're going to learn how to express ourselves. Today, we're going to learn how to not be bogged down by scholarly, artistic, internet self-criticism, internet-based self-criticism. Everybody wants to look at realism and cheer on the realism artists, but here we're gonna go paint in a mostly non-realistic way. All right, so Maflola. All right, what's up? Not sure what it is. Hello. All right. Autocorrect. Hello, Marlboro. Okay, all for the gram. All for the gram. All for the gram. Doing it. Doing it for the tube. But in this case, I'm not actually doing it for the gram. I'm doing it for the YouTube. Doing it for the tube. The YT. Going ham on the YT. The YT streaming. City internet dreaming. Going ham on the YT. Streaming. Big dreaming. Philosophizing. Organizing. All the artwork. Yo, Cookie. What's going on, Cookie? That's a good pet name, Cookie. Woo! That smelly smell. Let's open up our windows a little bit. Air out these scented minerals. Who's doing it? Oh yeah, so Mizu, I think you promised, or at least you stated by your words, and I took it as a promise. I believe you said that after you finished your piece with Picasso, you would share some of the things that you learned. So, you know, I would like to hear it. I want to know all of Picasso's secrets in this live stream right now because you loosely said that you might, and I'm gonna pretend like it was a promise so that you feel like you have to, like you feel obligated. Yes, what is every Picasso secret that you ever learned from today? I don't want to actually have to study it myself. I'd rather just copy what you learned. Why would anyone want to study anything by themselves? I just want to know the answers. Yo, Dondrell, what's going on, dude? Dondrell. Mr. D is on the stream. He's on Artiste. All right, here we go. What colors do I need? I got lots of blacks, especially in this scene that I'm drawing. Gonna need lots of black, lots of red. Thinking it's a really dark, gloomy room. Well, not dark and gloomy, but it's actually the like a little concert room, but it's like a holding area. So it's there wasn't lots of light, but I'm trying to think of what are some good colors. How I'm going to paint this. I'm gonna mess with this. Yeah, what are the secrets? See? We're coming for you, Omi. We want the secrets now. Omi's sharing all the secrets with us. This is the ultimate guide to painting Picasso by Omizu Paints. Because Omizu did one master copy and now he is an expert. And I say that jokingly, but also somewhat seriously at the same time. because, you know, it's like one of those things where just doing one master copy of a certain painting is more than, you know, 99.99% of the people in the entire world will ever do, right? Like, there's probably at least 1,000 master copies of, like, how many people have actually, how many people does the live stream think has actually done a master copy of the Fisher painting that Omizu did by Picasso? Maybe 100,000 students ever. Let's just say 1 million students, just to be on the high estimate side. 1 million people have ever even tried to do a master copy of that. That's not a lot. That's still less than 0.00. That's less than 0.5%. 0.05%. I will only know by doing it yourself. All right. Well, hey, Omizu's not going to tell us, so there we go. Everybody, you're not going to learn how to paint like Picasso today, sadly. So, all right. Let's go blue here. Let's add a little bit of a primary color, a yellow. This is going to be sad when I use up more yellow than I've used my Van Dyke Brown, which is a tube of paint and color that I do not like because of the way it acts with the surface. So I got reds, yellows. Let's keep this mostly warm. And we're going to go with some blue. Let's add a nice blue here. We're going to keep this with a darker shade of blue, so I'm going with our Prussian blue, which is just it's a blue. I think it's more of like a purple blue, but it's on the higher value side. The more darker blue. You know what? I was going to use this tiny little brush. Look at this brush. How many little dashes cover the entire? How many dashes does it take to cover an entire canvas with a small brush like this? Let's go with the bigger brush. I don't want to go too big, but we are going to go a little bit bigger. Oh, I happened to throw away all of my old rags, so I need a new set of clean rags. Grab that real quick. Secrets have not been revealed on this live stream. The paywall. Well, here's how you would sell it, right? You would actually write down 10 discoveries. I'm actually giving you a business strategy, Omizu. This is actually a strategy that people would pay for behind a paywall. But I'm going to give it away. I'm going to share this secret with you. So here's how you would actually do that. That would actually work. So you would write down a list, like a little booklet, and you would say 10 discoveries that I made of Picasso secrets after doing a master copy. And you would use the master copy as your reference, as like the cover of that book or whatever, that mini book. And then you would write all of it. Like, just do as good of writing as you can about the 10 secrets. You could do 20, maybe even 50 if you could come up with them. And then, do the title. 50 Secrets of Picasso's Paintings from Doing a Master Copy. And of course you would show the master copy so they can be like, oh, wow, he did a great job. And then, he must know the secrets. And then you hide that behind the paywall. You got to sign up for an email. And then at the forefront, you got to tell people, like, you know, what they're, you got to really sell this idea. You got to really sell it and be like, hey, if you want to know the secrets of Picasso, some of the secrets that have changed the entire world of figurative and abstract art for eternity, I spent X amount of hours working on this master copy, and I want to share with you those secrets right now. The secrets that can help take your cubism to the next level. The original father, great-great-great-great-grandfather of cubism. All of his greatest secrets are now revealed in my book, 50 Secrets of Pablo Picasso. No longer do you need a teacher to teach you cubism. Omizu is the master of all cubism now. He holds the keys. He holds the gate. He is the keeper of the gate to Picasso's cubism now. And therefore, none of it shall be revealed to you unless you sign up for his emails. Yes, that's right. If you want to know the secrets, you got to sign up for his emails. All right, let's start with... I usually have this problem where I start with the color... where I start with black paint, and then everything starts to, like, do this merge of, like... So I want to start with a lighter value. Let's start with yellow. I'm going to start with yellow here. Or maybe red. Let me start with red. And see how we can merge our way. We're going to go... Let's see. I can put this somewhere that I can actually see the drawing. Maybe if I raise this up just a little bit. You know what? You want to know the reason why I feel like I'm procrastinating here? Is because I don't know how I'm going to draw this. This is a little bit different, so it's a little more intimidating. I'm drawing a piece that I drew without looking at it, without looking at the drawing while I was drawing. So it's very, like, you know, abstract. No one's going to be able to figure out what this is. So I want to test out this way of painting where I actually draw this, or paint this, but not, like, precisely, like an interpretation of this. So I don't really know how I'm going to do that, and that's what I'm trying to figure out right now. Somehow we will, though. Somehow we will. There's always a way. Let's start with this little section right here. And then we'll just grab some blue. I'm going to go blue into here. Maybe let's grab some yellow ochre. Yellow ochre. Yellow ochre. Painting the squiggles, yes. Yo, it's Raya. Going higher with this Raya. Don't stop at that. We're just gonna keep going and going and going. Higher with this Raya. Alright, you know what, let's keep going. I'm gonna go like this, grab some of this white here. I'm gonna add little splotches. Doot, 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 doot. And then we're gonna go, let's just do one brush and just see what we can come up with. And then let's go some more of this color. We're just gonna go we're gonna give him some black hair. Give this fella some black hair. What are we doing here? We're gonna add another fella. This other fella's also got a... Actually, this guy has a totally black shirt here. And here we go. Yo. Oh, greetings. Everybody's greeting each other. I like this. It's just the way life should be, where everybody just greets each other. Here we go. Alright, so we're coming down, 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 down. I'm going to come down with this. Add some blue. Just to add some color variety right here. It makes such a difference when you actually add color to these. And you know what? For this one, I might not actually color in the background. We'll see. We shall see here. And let me go. I'm gonna go this guy right here with the black pants. Little squiggly right there. Keeping a pretty long distance. I'm gonna keep a longer distance between my painting, my brush and my hand. Let's try to grab some blue here. We're gonna go. I would say try to, but the reality is I'm definitely just going to. There's no try. Do or do not. As the great Yoda once said, do or do not. Do or do not. Do not try to do something. And here we go. Let's do it's actually, I actually like how this is coming out. It's a little weird, but I like it. And it only matters if I like it, because if it's never gonna sell, that's the only thing that matters anyway, right? Just kidding, people. You should always try to sell all of your paintings. Every one of them. They should all just be pretty pictures that you would find on a postcard, because otherwise no one will ever buy them until you're dead. Then it'll be worth some money. There is, just to think that as many artists that are out there, this is a little bit morbid, but as many artists that are out there that are so talented, there's probably at least 100 or 1,000 whose artwork will be worth just that much more after they're dead and gone. Is that sad, or is that, just life? It's not sad or not sad, I guess. Because nobody knows, right? I guess if somebody's passed away. Now let's keep going. We got have this weird circle right here. So let me see how this circle manifests itself. We're gonna go. I might have a few paintings today. I missed painting yesterday. I didn't paint yesterday, and I consider that a fail since I didn't paint. I mean, how hard is it to just pick up a brush, dip it in some paint, especially when it's already ready, like on my canvas? There's no excuse for me to go a day without painting. And honestly, I will say I did have time yesterday. I didn't have to go into work yesterday till like 2 p.m. And I had all morning to do some painting. And I got home late, so that's one reason, but there's no excuse not to paint yesterday. What is this childish painting? My child can do this. I don't have a child. But if I did, my child would definitely be able to outpaint me. If my child could not outpaint me, they would be a total failure in my book. If they cannot outpaint this, I would consider them a failure. There will be no unconditional love. My child's only requirement is that they must be able to paint better than this. Kidding, people. Who can handle a joke? Not people on the internet, of course. Alright. Here we go. I mean, people on the internet can't handle a joke, but people in real life can't handle a joke either. Which is why people are so comfortable making jokes on the internet. And comedy clubs are the second best. See, we're starting to get to a picture. We're starting to achieve a likeness of some sort. Likeness of an idea. Does anyone in your chat ever tell me to stop talking, just paint? Everyone's a comedian. Has anyone ever told me? No, no one has ever done that. But if they did, I would expect them to stay for the entire 3-hour stream of me just painting and not talking. And I would only not talk if they were in the room and they were able to prove it every 1 minute. So they would basically have to let me know every single minute that they were here. They would have to make an announcement every single minute that I'm not talking. I would do it for the views. I would stop talking for the views. Actually, you know what? I'm happy to stop talking even now, not for the views. But the sad part is that talking gets you way more views than not talking. That's just the sad truth. Honestly, I felt bad today because I had to walk away from a conversation that I felt like the visitor was or the person I was standing around was talking too much. If only they knew. So I kind of just had to walk away and get some quiet time. But here we go. Alright, what's going on here? Okay, so this face, it's got a little like rope thing here. I don't know what all these lines are. So here's the problem I already see with these paintings, is I don't know how I'm going to fill in the space around it. I have no clue how I'm going to fill in the space around this painting. Because I'd like to color it in, but I don't know if that's going to be like feasible. Got a little mess of a swirl that we're about to go do here. Let's go. Mizu, if you want to send me 1-minute reminders every minute to not talk, I will do it. Let's consider it a challenge. Set it on autopilot. Set it on bot mode. If you tip me $1 a minute I will stop talking every minute. That's a good idea. You should get tipped. I should get tipped to not talk. Yes, that's right. Tip me to not talk, please. Tip me to talk or tip me to not talk. Super chat me, I should say. No, Mizu's a subscriber. Mizu can request whatever he likes. He may not get it, but he can request whatever he likes. If he wants my cats, because he subscribed to me for just $2.99 a month, he might just get lucky and inherit my cats. Yes. Oh, Mizu already gives me money. It's true. It's true. Mizu is a monthly subscriber. Yes. Monthly subscriber who's supporting the artwork, who's supporting the entertainment. Are you not entertained, Omizu? Are you not entertained? See, all of these colors are just becoming this like like Omizu's landlord. Yes. For $2.99 a month, you too can have a subscription to this channel and get special images to use so you can chat. Just so you can chat. Chat with a special title. It's very awesome. I would totally buy it. Everybody, this painting looks way better in real life. Just like my Tinder photos. Totally kidding. I have to say I'm kidding because my partner is here and I do not have a Tinder. But if I did, I would look better in real life, I swear. Just like my paintings. My paintings look better in real life. Alright, what is this? What is going on here? There's like nothing cohesive that I can like put my finger on right here. Let's go. Mizu. See, but the best part about subscribing to our channels is that you don't need to brag about it. You don't have to like even say it anymore. You let your viewers brag for you. Or I mean the channels brag for you. Like that's the best type of promotion, is the type of promotion where you don't actually have to say anything. Other people say it for you. Alright, that's the best. Word of mouth. Word of mouth is the king of all promotion. So if Mizu wants to be known as a patron of the arts, he is now a patron of the arts. He truly is. That is the truth. And you can prove it too. You can prove it with receipts. Monthly receipts. Patron of the arts. For $2.99 a month, I am able to make one of these figures. For the very low price of $2.99 a month. I can afford enough paint to make one figure. Meanwhile, for $2.99 a month, you can also pay to feed 100 children. So, you know, you got to balance your priorities here. You know, we got to love the arts, right? Arts is humanity. Arts is humanity. I wonder if that would what I just said would hold up well in a somewhere. I definitely think that's one thing that might limit artists is they might have this belief of like, how can I possibly, you know, be an artist when there are people starving? But you know, the great thing about being an artist is you can actually be one of those people that are starving. So there you go. You can be more starving than the people that are getting fed for $2 for a very small donation of $2, $2.99. I feel the need since Trump is cutting funding for the arts. Man, I heard about that. But you know what? I've never really received funding for the arts anyway from the government at all. So, you know, I know it sounds bad, and maybe I should be upset, but like, I mean, I had an art program in school, but like, I don't know, they were okay. They were an okay teacher. But at least I had it available. I guess what you're saying is like kids today aren't even going to have that available. Isn't that horrifying, huh? That is kind of sad. But, you know, they could just watch this instead. They can watch me paint. They can watch Omizu paint. They don't need to learn from teachers. Who learns from teachers anyway? Not me. I didn't learn from teachers. I learned everything I could ever want to know on this planet from the internet. That's another, I'm not serious there, right? Teachers do a fantastic job of helping progress society. I believe in the work of a teacher, but I do remember that as a really, really bad student, not even that bad, as a student, I did not believe that. But yes, teachers help. It's amazing what teachers do. They help move society forward. They help create people who do better than they do. They are the true influencers of society historically. Except now they just get paid less and less every year. Funding for the real arts programs. Oh, yeah. So you mean real art, not like student-made art. Okay. Well. On the other hand, also, I've never actually seen a, well, I know there are galleries, right? I'm not saying that they don't exist, but I've never actually seen a gallery where the biggest patron was like the United States Army or anything. It's usually always private donors anyway. So I don't know. I mean, what are they saying he's actually doing? I heard something he was like reorganizing the National Art Gallery, which I've never been. It's in Washington D.C. I've never actually been there, so you know, maybe I don't have an appreciation for how incredible that gallery is. But what is he actually doing? What are they saying? What are they accusing the man of? How is it he's going to negatively impact humanity? What is the conclusion here? Like, what's the clip notes of his actual, the deal? Where's the clip notes? After I'm long dead and gone, who will get all of the money because they have this painting in their museum? Not us, YouTube artists. Oh, he's cutting funding for real artists, aka YouTube artists? That sucks. Why? That's why I have people like Omizu who, you know, I don't need the government with people like Omizu. I don't need the government with patrons. You hear that, US government? I don't need you. I don't need you to protect me and my family when things go bad. I don't need you to protect the country from invaders. I don't need you to create a public school system and roads. I just need people like Omizu to help feed me and feed me spiritually by helping me buy a tenth of a tube of paint a month. I don't need government programs. Psst. Who needs government programs? When you could just live stream on YouTube and beg for money. You know what? I might just even move to Thailand and beg for American people to give me money because, you know, you can apparently US dollar is like worth like 10 times as much in Thailand. You can get way more bang for your buck. I don't even know where this is going right now. This is a devolving painting. That's what they want to hear. What did I say that they want to hear? I'm not quite exactly sure. Because I said a lot of things just now. A lot of things that I may or may not mean. Who needs a government anyway? Governments are for nomadic civilizations who can't keep themselves organized. We know the truth is we all just need ourselves and wealthy patrons of the arts. I like how this is devolved as a painting. I think it's symbolic of my painting methods, which are a little bit unorthodox. Who needs the government? Government is for people who can't figure out life on their own. Nobody needs government. I am a self-sufficient, self-sustaining, independent, I can achieve and do anything I want human being. Sometimes I can't tell if like my sarcasm, if I'm being sarcastic or if like I'm actually presenting something like a joke. people will take things the wrong way, and once it's been gone viral, you can never take it back. Once something has gone viral, you'll never be able to take it back. Yes, that's right. Bahad Bahabi will forever be the Cash Me Outside girl. Barack Obama will forever be the face of hope. Oh, I think that would be an interesting, like, research project. Like, how many people does an idea have to reach in order for it to go viral? Or in order for it to be, like, so ingrained in society that you're recognized, that you might be recognized if you walk down the street? There must be a number. There's got to be a número. Se un número es dos. Thought I was speaking authentically. Really? Yeah. Well, you know what? It can come off that way. The whole idea is that you will never know how I really feel. I mean, I guess everything I say is authentic. Even if it's hiding my my ego and my id. Even if I might just be hiding my id and my ego. So let's go like this. And you know what? Where I messed up is I painted in this random mirror right here. At least the composition of this is good, right? That wasn't just acting. An actor wouldn't be able to do that. I was truthfully pitching Omizu as one of the greatest patrons of the arts on the entire planet. Omizu is a great patron of the arts. He will eventually have his own. I put him on the same level as Peggy Guggenheim, all right? Let's elevate Omizu to the status of Peggy Guggenheim. Now all you need to do is spend about, $1.5 million per artist that you believe in, starting with myself. Michael was told he's pretty. Awesome, dude. Awesome. You probably are. I would believe it. But Omizu, if you could just invest $1.5 million into my channel, I will talk about you as if you were Peggy Guggenheim. And then if you create a nonprofit, I will also donate 500,000 of that money that you just gave me to your nonprofit so that I could write it off my taxes and you make some of the money back. Isn't that brilliant? Yes. The genius business strategy of art, the art world. So Michael, who called you pretty today? Michael, I was not begging for money. I was explaining what great of a art patron that Omizu is. All right, don't be jealous that I'm talking about Omizu as a great art patron. I'm only asking for $1.5 million anyway. Gosh. Like, what are you just don't understand, okay? Like, you just don't get it. It should be nothing to a great patron. $1.5 million is nothing to a patron of the arts. When will people understand me? When will people understand what it takes to be an artist, to put my soul, my part of myself, to leave behind a part of myself with every single stroke? When will people understand that this isn't just a painting, okay? This isn't just colors on a canvas. This isn't just expression. This is like a part of me. This is a piece of my identity left for all to see for the rest of time. Oh, you know what? You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to actually... You know the biggest secret to asking for money is you got to give something in return. If you really want money, all you need to do is pretend like you're giving someone something of value. So that's why I'm going to offer I am going to offer one of my paintings as a print for sale for the very low price of $59.99. With shipping. Lamenting the aftermath. Here we go. The very low price you get one of my... See, now this is how people actually, like smart people ask for money. They don't just ask for the money. They actually try to sell something. Rather than asking for the money, they sell something, which is basically asking for money. Omizu, every month is buying a value many burger. That's how much my art is worth. That's how much it's worth. About the same as a value burger. You know what? I do eat at least one value burger a month. So, Omizu, thank you. Thank you. Now, I do have to, like, you know, I think the price of the value burgers are like $3.50 now, so I do have to pay an extra 50 something cents. But you know, for $2.99 is still helpful. Ask for money when people just hand it to you, or put the money in the hat. Exactly. But see, you can make so much more if you actually offer something for your artwork. Right? That's the part people tend to forget, is like, you know, if all you did was say, hey, here's what I'm giving you if you give me this, all you did was that, you could make so much more money as long as people want what you're offering. And maybe, you know, it might just be your body. Like, maybe you have to offer your body. I don't know. Maybe you have to offer, you know, your like a slice of your soul. Or maybe you have to, like, give up something so precious that you never have to, that you can never get it back. So you got to make sacrifices for all that, for the money. Now, the worst part is if you don't ask for enough. Like, this would be a fun movie idea, or like a fun concept. Oh, this would be a great sketch. Hear me out. So I'm about to pitch a sketch. A video sketch. It's about a guy that tries to sell his soul to the devil for so little that even the devil is annoyed for him and doesn't want to pay that amount. He's like, dude, really? Like, you're gonna sell me your soul for this bottle of water? Like, come on now, try a little harder, dude. I'm not gonna take it until you freaking go, you know, raise it to 100. Do you want $100? Here, take 100. He's like, no, I just want a bottle of water. You want to spend that money, your choice. You paint in public, you just hand out the brush and stand back, drink your coffee. What you get is a piece of the artist. Yes, exactly. Omizu, you're starting to understand. I feel like this all of my efforts are now starting to be understood by Omizu. All of my efforts. This is a moment where an artist might come to tears when a world is finally starts to understand what he's doing, what they're doing. You just need one person to get it. Just one person. You don't need 100 people, just one. All right, so here we go. I might just leave it at this. This is just a funny painting. I like it. I love it. But all of this should actually be colored in. So let me see how I can add some depth to this. Can you get a piece of the rock? Oh, Amiz, you want this rock? I haven't finished painting it. Good reminder. So here's the rock I painted. Call it Black Rock. I haven't finished painting it. Thank you for reminding me. Oh, my cat's about to escape. I'm just going to show you once. That rock weighs at least like 25 pounds, I swear. It's a very heavy rock. Yeah. Just by liking and subscribing, you can feed me spiritually. Through your positive energies. Through your positive energies, my positive energies are uplifted. And they say you can't feed yourself on hope. That's a lie. I can feed myself on hope. The only people who say you can't be fed on hope and dreams and promises are people that have never had true hope before. And all of you wonderful people give that to me. I don't actually need to eat food or drink water or pay for paints or take care of my cats. I don't need any of that. I just need to like and subscribe once in a while. Because without those likes and subscribes, I can't beg you for money later. Once you're gone if you don't like and subscribe. All right, If you never want suffering in life, never be born. Man. Genius, yes. Instead of calling Michael Wilbur, I'm just going to call him Michael the Genius. Michael the Genius is here because he has the greatest quotes of all time. Hands down. Michael Wilbur is like the Kanye West of YouTube viewers. But minus all the bad stuff. He's only got good stuff to say. Why does the painting look so much more dense over here compared to over here? Did I do that? How did I do that? Why did I do it like that? No, I have an answer. I have an answer. It's because I just failed to draw this stuff into detail here as much. Michael, you got that joke from the internet. I know. You totally stole that from an internet website. I know the truth about you. I know your secrets. I know who you really are. Did anybody watch Beast Games? The reason why I bring that up is because I want to talk about that one guy. This one guy was able to convince an entire team of people that because he watched Survivor, that he could do a dead hang on a bar longer than a professional rock climber. How hilarious is that? That is just absolute, like the fact that that's even possible, given, the fact that the people are probably really tired, it's been a long time, they have a lot on the line, but this one guy who says that he's been practicing dead hangs because he's been watching Survivor, he convinced everybody that he was a better option than the person who actually does rock climbing. It goes to show you that sometimes it doesn't matter if you're the best for a job. Sometimes it just matters that you're able to tell everybody why you think you're the best, and they'll fall for it. In moments of split decision making, people will go for it. I need more rocks to paint. Actually, I just want to buy a value meal hamburger today. That's all I have left for the afternoon, is to buy a value meal hamburger and to finish a couple paintings. But hey, think about it like this, is that's probably one of the reasons why some artists don't make more money, is because they don't do work that requires more money. You get what you ask for most of the time. Or you become what you think about most of the time. That's the actual quote. And if you're doing like little small postcard paintings, I mean, honestly, people that do small postcard paintings probably make tons of money if they've got a good shtick and they have like a good agent that helps them like find people to buy their work, like find companies that want to source that image. Honestly, people who make art for postcards probably make way more money than your average gallery artist. You've seen the best mountain climb. You've actually seen mountain climbers fall off a mountain, dude. That sounds terrifying. Alexa, tell me about Mount Rainier.
According to Wikipedia, Mount Rainier, also known as
Pookie, come here.
is a large active stratovolcano in the Cascade Range of the Pacific Northwest in the United States.
She won't leave me alone. Pookie, how can I get you to leave me alone? Look at her eyelashes, they're so cute. She's literally got eyelashes on her eyes. Just the prettiest little eyelashes. Just a little girl. Yeah. Where's Pookie? Don't come on the table if you don't want to be annoyed by my hugs, huh? Oh shoot! Lost. Shoot out of the way. Back in there. Oh. That has escaped. Gosh, cat is always escaping. Goodness. All right, need a new outlook on life. You worked at Mount Rainier for 2 summers? How long ago was that? How long ago did you work on Mount Rainier? Alright, well how do we do, everybody? Did we match the drawing? You know what we gotta do? We gotta do some of the finer details, the small details. So let me get a smaller brush for this. Let's upset Michael the genius, and we're gonna do some small details for this. I'm gonna go in and just do some small details. Go in, let's see, where can I find, boop, boop, boop. This person has some small details. I'm gonna grab some small details over here. How we doing? Does it match? Does it match, people? Is this not the greatest painting you have ever witnessed? Is this not the greatest recreation? Is this not realism? Huh? Tell me, is this not realism? Is this not contemporary, abstract expressionism at its finest? Does this not deserve prizes for ingenuity and innovation? This is Nobel Prize-worthy work, people. Paintings like this make peace in the world. Because when human beings can express themselves freely, they're less likely to commit crimes. Called it done. Slap a price tag on it. There we go. There we have it. Let me see. We got this over here trying to match up my little details here. We're doing the fine details now with a nice small brush. Michael Wilbur gets very upset anytime I use a small brush, but you know what? It's okay to upset Michael the genius. What would be a good background color? You know what? I was even thinking to not do the background. I don't know. I'm really scared to mess up what I have here with the background. Like, this is such a masterpiece that a background color would just do no good. Background color would not contribute to the overall cohesion of this artwork. What is a background color? These people are the background. They're the background, the foreground, the midground, the high ground, the low ground, the ground. All right. What you find the canvases at garage sales. That's right. Exactly like those. What is going on here? This isn't what I painted. And hey, you've awakened. Sleeping Beauty has awakened. She has awakened from her slumber. The Sleeping Beauty has arrived. She has awoken. She is up right now. Up right now. Up right now. All right. You know what? See, one day I'm gonna have to do a giveaway for this. I'm gonna do a giveaway of this drawing. Not today. Maybe another day. I haven't figured out the logistics of how do I keep track of who applied. I know I could just start like an email list. Hey, sign up for this email list for a chance to win this drawing. All right, so here we go. Guess what I should do is I should stick this to the back. I'm gonna stick this to the back of the painting. And let's go. See how messy my apartment is. There we go. Let's work on this baby. I started this the other day. I think it's amazing as it is, but it can always be better. Can always be better. So let's see how we can actually Thank you. Oh my. This is exciting, people, because I just received my package of Rosemary Co brushes. Yes, Rosemary Co. And we're about to pop these babies open. Yes, I have sold paintings. I've sold a good amount of paintings. Yes, for real money, not monopoly money. I haven't sold anything in a while, but yes, look at these. So let's open up our Rosemary Co paintbrushes, the finest quality handmade artist brushes. These really are some amazing brushes, and need to be careful not to show everybody my mailing address. So we're gonna do a live unboxing here. The delivery person just brought this to me, and thank you, delivery person. The unsung heroes of society. Where would society be without people to deliver your mail? I'd actually have to like go to so this company is based in the UK. I'd have to travel all the way to the UK yeah, I still have my commission coming up this summer as well. So I've got a nice little commission coming up. So that'll be a good thing. Unless I lose it because they watch these live streams and they're like, this guy's an idiot. He's not a real artist. He's just a doofus. Alright, these gloves aren't helping. I just poked a hole in it, so... Alright, here we go. Let's go. Oh. No! You can't see my address, right? I guess if you try really hard, you can see it at an angle. Hopefully not. I don't know. I don't know. Why do I keep trying to see it? That's a bad idea. I actually want to rewind and see if I can see my own address. That's not good. Don't dox me. Hold on, let me rewind this. What was it, like 45 seconds? Oh, you can't rewind it because it's live. Oh, here we go. All right, let's see. Never sold a painting in your life, Michael? Hey, Brian. Well, thanks for letting me know. I'm just doing a recap of the live stream to just make sure that there's no accidental reveals, because I can go back after this and and like censor over it, but just in case, I trust you. I just have to see for myself. All right, so you could see it, but just like barely. It's at like an angle that's, I don't know. Let me look. Just another minute or so. Another 45 seconds, I think. All right. Yeah, I don't think the address was visible. Okay, cool. So, there we have it. No address. I can rest easily now. Michael Wilbur won't be able to send me angry letters. All right, so Rosemary Co. What kind of brushes do we get? Oh, I also know that they put your address on the inside too. Let me just make sure there's no addresses anywhere. Yes, see, they put my address right on the top. Glad I did that. I bought a few Rosemary Co's. All right, so let's see what we get with the Rosemary Co brush kit, huh? Let's see. So they give you this little thing, piece of cardboard. Wonderful. We all need more cardboard because you could paint on it, you could throw it away, you could recycle it. And when you recycle, you feel good. So we got a Rosemary Co sticker. Got to get the sticker. You know, you got to put that somewhere to tell everybody how much of an artist you are. Rosemary Co sticker. Just want to make sure my address isn't anywhere else. All right, look at this. They even printed out a thank you note with a printed signature. That's awesome. Brushes are set with gum to keep them in great. Please use tepid water before use. Okay, I don't usually do that, but I don't even. Alexa, what is the definition of tepid?
Tepid is an adjective that describes something as being moderately warm over thin.
Rosemary. An actual letter from Rosemary. My goodness. A message from Rosemary. Thank you, Rosemary. cardboard rules. All right, this is Rosemary Co. I actually got a lot of brushes. Look at this. Rosemary Co. Finest quality handmade artist brushes in the world. And I actually requested this time. This is a pamphlet that talks about all their different types of brushes. And here we go. Let's actually look at the brushes and not just the fine packaging. The presentation. All right, so I did get this. I don't know why I got these brushes. Why? Because I don't even paint like this guy. But Mark Maggiore, a little shout out to Mark Maggiore here. Little Mark Maggiore brush set. I consider Mark Maggiore one of the current greatest Western painters of Western life and clouds. He paints great clouds. Mark Maggiore. Look at that painting. Look at that, how beautiful that painting is. But great artist. I bought his brush set. We're gonna pop these open here, and then something that has been on my wish list, and maybe Michael said he would get me one at one point, but he never did. Michael's promised me a lot of things, but he never got one for me. Or at least, I think you promised me a canvas, or committed to a canvas at least once. But anyway, so I got a nice little set. I love these brushes. These are the round brushes, Series 272 by Rosemary Co. And I got 5 different sizes because I just love the way that I just love them. I love these round pointed brushes, and they just have this like amazing texture to it. Sadly, I'm very rough with my brushes, so I needed 5 of different sizes. And Michael always complains to me about how I use small brushes, so I decided to get some bigger sizes too, just in case Michael complains. See, Michael, I take your feedback seriously. Just in case he complains, I have a bigger brush to work with. So that's what we got. We got the wonderful Mark Maggiore brush set from Rosemary Co. I'm going to open the... I know what these are. These are badger hair, I believe. But let's see what the Mark Maggiore brush set is. See, Emmett doesn't need money when he's getting that affiliate money. Cardboard rules. You're starting to sound like your neighbor who stands down in the brushes, and it just feels... Stands down in the brushes? What does that mean? We got a message from Rosemary. See, Emmett doesn't need money. Don't worry, I'm on the list. Not number 1. Detail brushes are great. I did not buy a 4-incher, no. What does it mean to stand down the brush? This is art talk. That stands down in the brushes. Stands down in the brushes. That's some... All right, so let's look at Mark Maggiore's. I don't actually know what these are made of. So Mark Maggiore, First Views of America, Windshield. He's got a good story. Fairly early on, high-end product. Past 8 years, he uses them. Hope you guys enjoy his set. What a great writer. So let's see, we've got a evergreen, extra long, evergreen long filbert, Series 95 sable. I can never use a sable fan correctly, Like these all pretty much like within the first use, I'm done. They're done for. So I wish people would stop putting in brush fans with sets, because I cannot for the life of me figure out how to keep them from being totally ruined within the first 2 things. But anyways, I will say this set was a pretty good deal. I think. But you want to know? Here's a secret. You could find secrets in the types of brushes that people use. Like, if you knew the types of brushes that Vincent van Gogh or Pablo Picasso use, you could probably learn a lot about their painting methods. Because I'm going to put my gloves back on. Because you could tell, you'll be able to learn like how people did certain details. Standing down in the brushes. Staring down in the brushes. Okay. Right. Of course, they put it with a sealed pack on both sides, so I can't possibly open it without cutting or something. There we go. I used to have a razor here. I don't know what happened to it. Here we go. So let's pull these babies out, Rosemary. And we're gonna go, let's just go like a nice little razor safety. Of course, I have these gloves on, these nitrile gloves that could be easily pierced for safety, which can't possibly prevent a razor from cutting you. So it's not actually safety. That's a joke. I do feel the need to explain things because, you know, so much can be misinterpreted when you're live streaming. I don't want somebody to see this live stream and go play with a scalpel and believe that these types of gloves will actually protect them. But yeah. So Mark Maggiore. All right, let's feel out these brushes. Again, I already know what these brushes are going to be like. I know what to expect, so I'm not going to, I guess I could open them right now. I'm going to at least give them a little cut so that I can pop them open later when I want to. But I am very curious to know how Mark Maggiore's brushes are. I should just donate this fan brush because this fan brush is going to last me like one session. It's going to last me one layer of paint, like one, literally one, not even like a session probably. All right, so we've got this really fine brush. I don't know what kind of brush this is. Let's see. So this is the signature brush. Ooh, I'm guessing this is his signature brush. And then we've got these 2 flats and 3 filberts. Yes, we got 3 filberts, 2 flats, and this is a signature brush. That's a great signature brush. Yeah, all right. So this is definitely, this piece looks definitely better than the regular fine liners that I have. I'm not gonna have a use for this today, I don't think. But the fan brush, and I'm just gonna keep this to the side. So this is not a 4-inch brush, but this is like a 7-inch brush, 6-inch brush. Oh look, it's even got a signature on it. Good job, Mark. What a great artist Mark is. When you work really, when you do make really great art, this is what you can achieve. People will buy paintbrushes and talk about your work. If that doesn't motivate you, I don't know what will. All right, so I need to run to my sink real quick and run these under some warm water to get the glue out. There's usually glue and you need to run it under warm water. So let me do that. I'll be right back. just a moment here.
Don't forget we're going to sushi.
Are we going to sushi? Yeah. When do you want to go?
I guess when you're done.
Okay. Give me like 30 minutes. Or an hour maybe. Up to an hour.
Waking up.
Rather talk about Mark than his worth. So these are all there's two flats, 3 filberts. Filberts are great brushes. Let's see how good they're cut they are. How finely cut are these? These are actually cut pretty well, these flats. And I have had a filbert that came at an angle, but I would say these two are cut really well. This one is decent. It could have been better, but it's pretty much as good as it'll get. It's really good. All right. Being a stickler for that point right there. All right, and here we go. So they've been wetted, which you need to run them under warm water because whenever you get a new brush, if it's really, really new and hasn't been used, like some of the ones that you might get at the store, at like, you know, a store. Actually, I don't think those are ever used either, but sometimes people like to like mess with them. So here we go. Look at that. I don't know what this is made of. This is something between like a nice badger hair. It's a little bit denser. Well, I guess badger hair is really dense, but like it's also fluffy. This is not as fluffy as a badger hair. But these have like a good fine quality to them. I like it. So there we go. I can't tell, honestly. Doesn't really say. Should have done more research first, but just the brand alone sold me. The brand of Mark Maggiore. They feel synthetic. I'm pretty sure they're synthetic because they're pretty like they have a good density, almost like a badger hair, but not quite as dense. All right. I'm almost afraid to use these because here's the thing. Not afraid to use them, but here's the thing about these brushes is these brushes are made for like traditional, you know, traditional techniques, right? You're laying down really fine, thin layers. And, you know, you're not like splashing and dashing paint on like I am here. So because of that, you get a totally different, it's different, right? You're not dashing and splashing paint on, which means, you know, you're just gently laying down layer by layer by layer. So let's see. Let's do some light layers here. We're just going to use the filbert here. It's the big filbert. Look at how close I'm holding it to the tip. Am I writing a letter? Let me write a letter to Omizu. Dear Omizu, thank you for all your generous patronage of my fine arts. tonight, I will be able to buy 1 medium soda at McDonald's. Thank you. One medium soda. I don't even drink soda, by the way. All right, so let's see. Let's see how this brush lays down some color here. I'm gonna go. Let's go around the eyes now. Let's go around the eyes right here. Ah, here we go. Look at that. Look at that fine. Oh yeah. Look at that fine laying down of color right here. Look at it brighten up the eyes just instantly. Laying it down, just a nice thin layer. This is how real artists paint, people. You just do one really thin layer. This is probably even too thick of a layer. I mean, too thick of paint. This is how real artists work. See, now that I have a Mark Maggiore brush, I am a professional artist. I am an expert at my craft. If you want to be a real artist, you have to get brushes by Mark Maggiore. Michael can cost $15. Let's go grab some white. And we're just going to go lay this down. We're going to go boom. A couple of areas of white here. We're going to go around. All right, we are revealing all of Mark Maggiore's painting secrets. Everything except real practice. We're revealing all his secrets besides real practice. Look at all the amazing brush marks I'm making. I already feel like a better artist. Isn't it amazing how brush can do so much for you? If not for Mark, I wouldn't be anything. Yeah, I would just, if it wasn't for that, for his brushes, I would just be another guy in the crowd. But now that I have a Mark Maggiore brush, I can be an artist too. Gotta add these highlights, of course. And, you know, I do feel like I have to be more tender with this brush. Just because I know, like, the way he paints. And by know, I mean, like, you know, I'm familiar with traditional methods of just taking a little bit of paint and just layering it a little bit, little by little, little by little. Alright, I really can't use this brush for what I'm trying to do here. But I do want to push my efforts and just see. Just by holding this brush, I feel like my IQ has already gone up. My creative IQ. Let's see. All right. Let's add some white into the teeth here. One thing that's good about this painting, though, it's already dry. So, you know, anything I do now is really just a matter of Matter of bringing this all in. Okay, so I'm actually not going to keep using this brush right now because this brush is it's too good. It's too painterly for this painting. It is too painterly for this painting, so I need to clean it off, get some oil on it, clean it off with some mineral spirits. And I need to go back into this painting. We're just gonna use yo, Lachlan. Lachlan in the house. Lachlan is in. Lachlan is here. Lachlan has arrived. We can all celebrate because Lachlan is here. Lachlan has arrived. All right, let's get a sponge and let's go with some of these ideas here. We're gonna bring out our black. We're just gonna go into our face now. Let's go. There we go, painting with the... I spent all that money on brushes and now I'm just using a sponge. Sometimes that happens, you know, you buy something and you realize you don't really need it. All I needed was myself. All I needed was everything that I already have. Yo! Lachlan came in, said hi, and then just left. Didn't even stay for the theme song. But Azraya is back. Let's go higher with Azraya. Going higher with Azraya. Azraya takes us higher. Get your spirits uplifted. Azraya takes us higher. Okay, here we go. Now we're gonna go into here.
Here.
All right, let's find another brush here. And let's go. We're gonna grab our blue here. Let's grab some of our white in with our blue. Wilbur wants to be educated. And let's go, let's find some red and purple. The surface is really rough, so this is a really good time to like bring in some designs here. Let's go into here. Let's do some swirls here. What is this swirl? I don't know. Let's go with our yellow ochre. We're gonna go, let's find a good skin tone. We're gonna find our skin tone, yellow ochre. Mix in our yellow ochre here. Grab some white. Add some blue. Here we go. Here's a good skin tone. It's like a purple pink. We're gonna get sponge. Gonna get a sponge and then add some. Gotta add a shape to this. I'm gonna go add some red around here. And then let's take a nice brush and we're gonna add some black. Add some black to various areas here. I actually like how this is turning out, but I gotta figure out how to like, I need to make it cohesive in some way. How do I coagulate some of this painting? People don't like to talk during my weird paintings, huh? I noticed that. Whenever I do weird paintings, I feel like people are just in shock and confused. They're just like, oh, I don't know whether to say bad things or to just watch because I like Emmett, but don't say anything because there's really nothing to say. I'm gonna go with some blue. You know, I need something that helps to tie these together. All right, let's go grab this, grab some of that white glue. Let's go. You know, I will say one thing that I've learned about artists who do faces in very unusual ways, like say Picasso or like even the guy that I'm copying, modeling after right now to an extent, Francis Bacon, is they almost always make things make sense to an extent, right? Like this person has 3 eyes and like 2 mouths. But what you'll see with like Picasso, which I think is irrelevant if you're gonna decide to paint really unusually, is thing with Picasso or Bacon is they would always have figures who would have like a normal, it would have a normal amount. Even de Kooning, right? Not always, but for the most part, you rarely ever see Picasso give someone 3 eyeballs, right? Even Picasso, as abstract and genius as he was, he wouldn't just paint somebody with like 3 eyeballs just to do it. He would always be like a normal number of eyeballs. I can't tell if I've ruined this painting. Why do they do that? Let me meditate and try to contact Pablo Picasso to ask him why he did that. No, I'm just kidding. I think I have an answer. This is just theory, of course, right? This is just me being analytical. I think the reason is because it's so much easier to just recognize a face as a face and not just like a weird jumble of design, when you can at least recognize that it is a face, right? Like, it's so much easier to help someone be familiar with something. Help people help you, right? Like if you're gonna paint weird, I heard a quote the other day, if you're gonna be regular, if you're gonna do something like usual, if you're going to do something that's really common, be surprising. If you want to be surprising, do something that's ordinary. And what that quote meant was that, if you're going to do something boring, like say paint a face, you have to surprise people. Either be really, really good or really, really unusual. But if you start painting faces with like three eyes and like all these different bodily functions or whatever, then it's going to be a little too weird for anybody to really understand. But if you can at least get people to like anchor themselves to one single concept on like a drawing or something, you're going to have a better piece. Oh, well, thank you for asking a question that you already know the answer to, Amizu. Yeah, that's my assumption, that is my assumption. I assume that it is because it helps people familiarize, rather than thinking, why does this figure have 3 eyes? They're focused on the actual creative element of placing objects in a portrait. Rather than thinking, oh, it's got 3 eyes, what's going on? You don't want to confuse people too much, right? It's okay to be weird, but if you're too weird, like William de Kooning, right? Marilyn Monroe. William de Kooning, if we think of the concept, his concept, right? He was in an era where, like, you know, the impressionists had already made waves, right? Expressionists were coming about. Like, lots of people were doing that expressionist work, right? So it wasn't really weird at the time for him to paint Marilyn Monroe in this, like, highly expressive way. It wasn't weird. It was just it was what it was, you know. It was just what it was. If you want to be a normie, don't be extra. You still have, yeah, I mean, you still got to surprise people. You still got to, you know, give them something, but give them something recognizable, right? Give them something to latch onto, an idea. So if you're gonna do something totally outrageous, you got to make it somewhat normal. So I guess, you know, in this idea, right? If you're gonna do something totally outrageous like this, you know, you got to normalize it by making it look like a real face. Otherwise, people are just going to be confused, right? I guess I said this is totally outrageous. I'm really giving myself praise. It isn't even that outrageous, but I could definitely see someone saying, that's not art. So that's what I mean by outrageous. If someone would look at your painting and who doesn't, you know, really follow art that much, goes, that's not art. My 8-year-old could do that. If someone is saying that, then that is the entry point to outrage. That is the entry level of outrage. You have just begun your journey into creating avant-garde art. But the face is a little too colorful for me. And I feel like I'm losing some of the features. You're trying to portray or represent ideas that are not necessarily easy to show visually, so you needed a visual language to use it. Yes. My goodness. Wow, Omizu. That was so well presented. You get an A. You get an A. Omizu gets an A. Should have limited my color palette. Should have limited my color palette. We got a little dab here, another dab of black coming down. Dab, 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 dab.
Hi.
I lost the red. Probably work on this again on another day.
Hi. Hi, it's a pretty girl. Huh? Pretty girl.
Alexa, what is the definition of pejorative?
A pejorative is a word or form that is used to insult or belittle someone. Pejoratives are often derogatory or disparaging in nature and are intended to degrade or humiliate the person they are directed at. They can be used to express anger, frustration, or prejudice and are often associated with negative stereotypes or prejudices.
Alexa off. Well, that definition of weird really made me feel bad about using the word weird. I feel so bad now for calling my artwork weird, or old artwork weird. I feel so bad. I don't know what to do about this. Let's go. I feel like there's a lack of cohesion. I'm trying to figure out how I can bring in some cohesion here. I think I need some black on the face. Maybe a nostril right there. Some forms and shapes. Crease on the eyebrow. Do I see my own work as weird? Not usually. Not usually. You know, for me, the word weird is just like something a bit unusual. Right? I don't think of it as an insult. Like, yeah, like Alexa's definition of the word weird is a little bit too, feels too, it feels like it's just like overly stated. It's overly cautious. My definition of weird is just anything that's a little bit off and unusual, not necessarily something that's bad. But you know what? I think we're gonna be wrapping this up soon. I'm gonna wrap this piece up in a little bit. Let's just try to find some more places to maybe bring this together, bring this idea together. Yo, homestruck lover, the lover of the homestruck. And here we go. Let's what can we do here? I like this clashing of like blue and red. Here we go. Oh, yeah, there's an idea. This clash of like blue and red here. Oh, feet lover. You change your name. You know what? I had a lot of feet lovers at one point because I was drawing feet. So, to be honest with you, I can't really pinpoint exactly what we may or may not have discussed. I had a lot of feet lovers. If you ever want a niche that's going to be a huge hit right off the get-go for artwork, draw feet. Draw or paint feet, or show your feet. I'm not saying literally at this very moment saying that anybody should show their feet. I'm saying that if you want a niche, that is a great niche to get into if all you care about is getting lots and lots of views, because you will succeed. I mean, it's almost like impossible not to succeed as an artist of feet. Like, you have to just like it's impossible not to get people interested in your some people interested in your work. It's impossible. Like, I guarantee right now that anybody who starts a YouTube channel that professionally draws feet will be successful and find an audience. Anybody, everybody, and anybody who makes the effort to become a foot artist is pretty much guaranteed a spot in the society of YouTube artists. People use the word weird nowadays. Seem to be used to describe something that's undesirable, even though that is not the correct meaning or context of the word. Yeah, oh, well, good to know. Well, you know what? I am very weird. So, it's all good. I am weird. Weird. Sometimes I even surprise myself. But yeah, hey, so, Homestuck, joke or not joke, it's all good. You can, whether it's a joke or not, it's all good, dude. Yeah, now, it's starting to sound familiar. I'm starting to get it. Well, it's good that you got a new name, Homestuck Lover 69. That sounds more typical of a real human being. Well, no, you know what? I take that back. Of a real human being. That's a weird way to explain it. It's an unusual way of explaining it. I don't know if it looked better before or now. I'm having a hard time deciding. And now that I'm looking at it, you know, I definitely think a problem with my work compared to what I'm trying to achieve is the fact that I don't have enough like hard edges. So, you know, I have all these like curves and shapes and, you know, very, very ratchety painting style. And by ratchet, I mean like, you know, like a messy derivative style that doesn't quite hit abstract expressionist, but doesn't also quite hit I'm insulting my own work. Yes. I should have just kept one eye instead of two. I mean, three. I mean, I should have just kept two eyes instead of three. I like the way the colors are interacting. But it's not exactly like what I was going for, sadly. What should we do? I think we should wrap up our painting for a day. For now, for the day. For the day, for now, for now, for the day, for the day, for the day. $3, $3, $3. Do I hear $4, $4, $4? We have $200 for this painting. Do we have 200, 200, 200? Do we have 250, 250, 250, 250? We have 250. Do we have $3,000? Omizu has bid $3,000 on his painting. Do we have 4,500, 4,500? Ask Michael Wilbur. You got 4,500 for this painting? You got 4,500, 4,500? To Michael Wilbur, who said he would pay $4,500 for this painting. There we go. The winner is Michael Wilbur for the grand total of $4,500. Alright, and you know what we should do? Let's take our sock. We're going to slap our sock on it. All right, this is definitely a constant work in progress. We're gonna have to come back to this another time. Okay, let's take a break. We're gonna be done for the day. Alexa, what time is it?
It's 6:28 p.m.
Yeah, done for the day, everybody. Happy creative day. You know, this is really, I'm looking at this and I'm like, yes, this is actually pretty interesting. But there are some things to it that I think it's interesting if I'm, you know, doing my own critique. It's hard to, and it can be hard to do that. But I think I can do it because I'm looking at the reverse image plus a smaller image and I'm getting the whole picture. And I like the way some of the colors interact, but I'm not quite convinced of the overall structure. It's like, is it a face? Is it an alien? And there's just too many things that I think I attempted to do, but didn't really do a specific thing well. Gotta go back to the drawing board. Yes, we have lots and lots of work to do now. Let's put our stuff away. You know what? I have all this yellow paint. And you know what that means. All this yellow paint, and it needs to be gone, but before the end of the day, because this yellow paint's gonna dry up soon. Alright, well, now it's done for real. We are taking a break now. Let's see. Yeah. That yellow is going to dry soon. But this is a self-portrait, so I could go over this over and over and over. I gotta find some better shape. Communicate my shapes a little better. I like the way the teeth are, but I don't really like this, like, you know, how this is up here. But it's different. It's like two people talking. Maybe that's like my personality, you know, it's like two people talking at once. Two people, three people, four people. Is it two people or is it three people? All right, with that, take care, everybody. Thank you for being here. We're going to have a great day. Great night.